to three-point conversion, everyone, for TSN1150.ca. I'm Marshall Ferguson, and I forgot to do this video before I left practice, so I'm on the outside of the field. It's time to talk about cuts. We are at that point in training camp now. The first one I want to bring up for you, of course, is at the running back position. It came down yesterday. Wasn't able to get a video up for you guys after practice. I apologize. Life happens. Michael Ford got cut. He is one of the best downhill running backs that they had on this roster, and so they lose that typical downhill look, but they're not running a ton of power stuff. It's more sideline to sideline, and it's more scat backs. It's more about speed right now than anything else. So you're losing a quality pass blocker as well, which I think Zach Collaros would care a lot about when he does come back from his injury alongside the other quarterbacks that are around. But as of right now, you have to think that they're looking at finding Ross Sherman into this lineup or Delray Scott as well, because he's a first year out of Maryland. He's looked really good throughout training camp. A little bit disappointing to not be able to have Michael Ford in camp at this point, because I know a lot of the quarterbacks trusted him. The other thing is too, would Michael Ford come back? Like, that's the big question to me, because he's been cut now twice, and I wouldn't expect him to try and come back and find his way onto a roster. A job is a job, but you can only get cut so many times in the same franchise before you just say, you know what, they don't like what I have to offer. The next move that a lot of people out there in Ticats land are talking about is not a cut, but it's a move to the 6-game injured list. As you saw, of course, Ja'Cory Harris has made his way onto that list. That means that he will not be around for a little while. He took a massive pop to his throwing shoulder while standing in his own end zone in the first preseason game against the Toronto Argonauts. I wouldn't expect to see him back anytime soon. That means that the quarterback position now for the Tiger Cats becomes much more interesting, because Ja'Cory Harris was kind of looked at that security blanket. He hasn't completed more than 6 passes ever before in a CFL game, but at the same time, he hasn't been that terrible, and he's been in the organization, and people like that continuity feel instead of just guessing and hoping that a new guy will do the job. Jake Waters now becomes that new guy that people are guessing and hoping will do that job, as he's going to be the number 3 on the roster, it looks like, this week. If you're looking around the league for other names that might be able to fit, Adrian McPherson got cut by the Toronto Argonauts, but he is a downhill running quarterback. He's dual threat. He was great in the Arena League. I just don't think he's a great fit for this roster, and his kind of hit on him throughout his career has been skill, decision-making, and accuracy. And to me, those two things will hinder his ability to become a part of this roster anytime soon, because Ken Austin loves that stuff. And if you're looking at a quarterback who has decision-making and accuracy issues right now, Jeff Matthews could probably qualify for that in his second year in the league. And if you're thinking about, well, who would you rather have, the younger or the older, if they have the same skill set, even though they're very, very different body types, I would take Jeff Matthews, because there's more opportunity for you to kick those hitches out of his game instead of Adrian McPherson, who's been in the league for a while and might have them a little bit more ingrained. You look around the league elsewhere, Rakeem Cato has been rumored. He might be a cut from the Montreal Alouettes. You look in Winnipeg, they've got a couple of talented quarterbacks that have produced a lot in their preseason games when they were behind Matt Nichols and, of course, Drew Willie. I think that you'll see some names out there. I think the Ticats will bring in somebody at some point. I just don't think it's going to happen before this second preseason matchup against the Ottawa Redblacks. All right, enough of talking about people getting cut and everyone being sad. It's time to get ready for preseason football. Unfortunately, the guy next to me, Lucas Picano from the University of Waterloo Warriors, will not be in uniform in the next preseason game. I know you probably wish you could, Luke, but I knew him from playing CIS football. Excited to see what he's got. How's camp been so far, first of all, for you?
It was awesome. A lot of fun being around all these guys. It's going to be sad to leave, to be honest, even though we got a lot of work to get back to at Waterloo, but I don't know, it's been nothing but good.
The black and gold must feel pretty comfortable for you,
it's
though.
nice. All my clothes match and stuff, so I haven't had to get any new clothes for anything. It's perfect.
That's nice. And in terms of the number of reps and throws and everything, I know CIS quarterbacks don't typically get a lot, but you have been getting worked in. You've been in all the film rooms. Do you feel like you're taking stuff away from being here, or is this just kind of one of those, yeah, I'm happy to be there?
Oh no, definitely there's a lot of things to take away from it. I was fortunate enough to be in a lot of the drills. The running backs included me a lot of stuff, and even some receiver drills and stuff like that. Wasn't able to do, obviously, Skelly and inside run, the real good stuff, but in meetings you learn all that stuff. They're going through all the reads and stuff. So anyways, like, you can take away all the stuff that they're going through. There's so many things to bring back, yeah.
He is Lucas McConnell of the Waterloo Warriors, quarterback, but we're not done, because I'm bored and I've been at training camp for 10 days and he's been standing around learning stuff, being in the film room. And because I used to think I played quarterback in the CIS and he still does, we're gonna have a throw off. Everybody knows lazy quarterbacks like to be able to throw at the crossbar. So we're gonna go best of 3 throwing at the crossbar. If either of us hit, it's a miracle. Oh!
There you go, Mark.
I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal. He hit on the first one. I've been here before. I haven't thrown a football in like months. I stopped working out when I got this job at TSN. Yeah, we'll go best of 3.
Best of 3. I think we should end it with the 1. Back over.
The follow through now is like.
Put so much juice on it.
I don't really want to lose to Lucas. I've never lost to him before when Mac and Waterloo played. That's what sucked. All right, winner of the 2016 CFL CIS quarterback internship against Marshall Ferguson, Lucas McConnell. Everyone, round of applause, congratulations. You won fair and square. Hope the training camp was good. He's gonna be checking out the final preseason game. It's the Red Blacks against the Ticats down at Tim Hortons Field. It's on tsn.ca, tsn1150.ca, and live video stream on ticats.ca. It's where you can go to get all of your information on this Friday's matchup. For TSN 1150 Hamilton, I'm Marshall Ferguson, and he kicked my ass.